What's up, what's up? Welcome to Pub Breakfast. Welcome again to Pub Breakfast, because today we are taking this journey out of the studio a little bit, and we're going to Isinya in Kajiado County. We're out here to witness innovation. You know what a drone is right now? The drone, think 400 kgs, think people on the drone. I'm talking about a passenger, passenger drone. And it's we're here to visit Maurice Mbetsa. Maurice has created this drone. We're going to find out more about it, what drove him to do it, what elements are in it, and most importantly, can it fly? Can it carry our kgs? The hashtag to use is Power Breakfast. Even as we continue, and at Citizen TV Kenya, if you have any questions, views, and comments, and probably you want to contact Maurice a little bit later on. But what I can guarantee for sure is that this is going to inspire you and take you to the next level, even just in terms of thinking. And that's why we decided to feature him. So this is this large, vast space. So it is safe no matter what. The grass is green. No matter what happens, you'll be safe. At least, you know, hakuna traffic kile ya Nairobi. Hata aenda juu akuja chini, itakuwa sawa. So here he is. They say big things come in small packages. And here is Maurice doing some final checks. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, good, Willis.
So why you thought about building something like this? What are we looking at?
Okay, this is it's a passenger drone in simple terms, but also we can call it a flying taxi. So basically, it's a car that flies. Yeah.
So the keyword here is flies. So are we going to see it fly? Because kuna wale wengi tumeona, tumesikia na wameattempt na haijapaa juu.
First of all, this is completely different because from the way we've designed it, from the frame to the flight controllers, from the motors, like everything has been done in a very professional way. People in Africa have attempted to make aircrafts for a very long time, but the way they are doing it is because it's aircrafts. There's a lot that goes into the aircraft. There's the propellers, the engines, the flight control system, and if you missed if you don't do any of those parts correctly, then you will fail. So what we've done, it's not just a frame, but it's a piece of engineering which has complete like hardware and software part of it. And we've part of the team that we are working with, they are professional electronics engineers, aeronautics engineers, and software engineers. We teamed up and made this happen. So you'll witness yourself. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
maybe you can walk us through like what is going on here. What parts are we looking at? I'm sure it was quite the venture, and without getting, of course, too technical. Yeah. What are we looking at?
This it comprises of 3 major parts, which is now the propulsion system, which comprises of the motor and the propeller. So the propeller is made of carbon fiber, and this motor is made of aluminium and steel. So this is our own custom-made motors, as you can see. That's the brand. Yeah.
So Mbetsa Group.
Yeah, so that's our own. And before we arrived to this, we did a lot of simulations, a lot of tests, and finally we came with this design. Then second part, it's the motor speed controller, which we call it ESC, which is this part here. So this is what controls the speed. Yeah. So this is also custom made. You see Uteo Aeronautics. So Uteo, people believe in Africa, people fly, you know Uteo, Willis, unajua Uteo?
Najua Uteo.
So people
Naam.
So in Africa, people believe that if you like witchcrafts use Uteo to fly. That's the name of
this is a mechanical witchcraft.
Yeah, yes. So this is what now controls the speed of the motor. So each motor, there is one of these, and then now from this now we have the power. This is what powers the aircraft, and then we have the flight controller, and then also we have communication system. So we all these have to like there's a software here which now makes all this work in sync. Yeah. So from the flight controller, the power now goes to the speed controllers, and it goes to the motor. So everything is being controlled by a software. When you're flying, actually, if you even put a glass of water, it's not supposed to spill, because everything we have like a set of sensors which manage everything, manage the speed of the motors, the RPM, and make sure that everything is balanced. Yeah.
And I know, without jumping the gun, I know that, like you said, the passengers are supposed to be on it, but you talked about a glass of water. So before, like, what were you using to test before?
So when we started, it was in stages. So the first stage was to make sure that we can fly this without anything, yeah, so that we can be able to achieve the balance, make sure everything balances, because as you can see, this thing is heavy, yeah. It's very, very heavy. In fact, if you try even to lift it, you won't believe this thing can be able to fly, yeah. So the first thing was to make sure that this thing can be able to fly on its own, carry its own weight, yeah. And then after that, once it was successfully, we had like little issues on the software. We had to change some few settings, and we got it right. Then after that, we used unga, yeah? Zile mabandali za unga, yeah. So we used like dummy loads to be able to test if it can be able to carry weight. Then again we went through some
unga mulirudisha.
Unga tulikula.
Oh, mulikula ukari fane. Yeah.
So after carrying the unga was successfully, then we were able to put the passenger. And then actually what you see here is it's a prototype. We still have a very long way to go, because you see all these wires, everything has to be covered neatly. At the end of everything, it's supposed to be like a real vehicle with nice interior, nice seats, safety systems, belts, and also a parachute in case of anything. And then before even we go to the parachute, the final product will have 3 redundancy. The power supply is going to be we are going to have 3 power supply systems to the aircraft. In case one fails, another one will pick up automatically. The motors, as you see, these are 5. Finally, we use about 8. So if one fails, another one will be able to pick up. Also, the flight control system also will also use triple redundancy. In case one fails, another one picks up. And then now, worst comes to us, we will introduce a ballistic parachute whereby it will automatically eject and safely land the aircraft with the passenger.
So to get to this point in time, how long has it taken you, like, to get to where we are now, where you can sit a passenger there, or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4?
Okay, we started. It's I would say it's almost, I think, 9 months since we started. Yeah, it has been a long journey from where we started up to this point. Yeah, almost 9 months now. Yeah.
And just for your personal journey, because people are wondering, where did you think about, wakati watu wengine wanafikiria kuiba pale kwa government, wewe unafikiria kutengeneza vitu. So what is your story like? How did this all come together for you?
So I'm not new in the technology world or the technology field. I started electronics when I was very, very young, and all my life I've been using technology to solve problems. And I remember when I was in primary school, and there's a guy who broke into my locker and took my books. So I used technology. I created a device whereby if you touch my locker, you get electrocuted. So like I've been using technology. When I was in class 8, yeah, we used to watch football. Football that time, it was in KBC, but I didn't have money.
Idara ya Taifa, shout out to KBC.
I didn't have money that time, so they were I grew up in Coast, so we used to have these video cafes. So what I did, I created a small device. Now if I turn it on, nobody will be able to watch football to like distract the waves. Mm-hmm. So I took this device to one of the video cafes, and then I went to the other one. I told him, you see, people are walking out. I created a device. Now people are walking out of that, they're coming to your place. So if only you allow me to watch football for free and buy me batteries to be able to power that device, then we are good. So I've been using technology to like solve each and everything. So 2008, I had cleared.
I have neighbors, just for the record, so that you can go and think of technology. Niko na neighbors wanasumbua sana. Anyway, tutaongea.
Yeah. So 2008, when I had cleared high school, one of my friends was carjacked. So again, I started thinking what now technology can be able to help me solve this issue. That's when I came up with the idea of creating a device whereby you can immobilize your vehicle from your phone. You can track wherever the vehicle was, and that's people now started to know about Maurice Mbetsa. Now this particular project, actually, I've been passionate about flying for a very long time, and I've been really following up all the Africans that have attempted to make aircrafts. And I kept telling myself that the day that I will put my mind into this, I will actually be able to fly. But like I didn't take it seriously. So last year I was watching. I do a lot of research, new technologies, and then I saw some companies they want to create flying cars, and one of them was Uber. They want to introduce flying cars. But when I kept following on their plan, they never mentioned Africa. Yeah, most of them they will say they want to test in the US, And I think about 2 or 3 companies want to test this in Dubai. So I started thinking, why not Africa? So sisi tukae tuletea makombo, yeah, as if we can't think. So I said, no matter how complex it is, I'll take this challenge and prove them wrong. Yeah, because most of them, whenever they think of Africa, they think of poverty, they think of diseases, they think of corruption. But we are really more than that. So I started the project, and here we are. Yeah, and I thank God I got a lot of support from Nairobi County. The governor came through, because most of the people, if you tell them that I want to build a flying car, they'll tell you, man, you're mad. Yeah, In fact, there is a guy who sent me a message and told me that before you build a flying car, build first a normal car. Yeah, I told him no. I'm way above building. Yeah, I'll actually start with the
flying car.
So
have you did you go to school for this? Is it like you said, self-taught research?
Yeah, it's self-taught. Actually, after I graduated from high school, I went to Kenya Poly, to study electronics engineering. But I dropped out after like 3 months. And the reason why I dropped out, because whenever, I used to read a lot of physics books when I was young. Like, I remember reading about transformers, which was Form 4 physics book when I was class 4, and I could understand. Yeah. So when I joined Kenya Poly, I kept asking a lot of questions, and then the lecturer will tell me that no, forget about that until your 6th year or 4th year. So I would just wait, I felt I was wasting my time. So I just had to leave and do my own stuff. Yeah, up to now I have not gone to like an.
So ulikuwa unasoma mambo ya transformer ukiwa?
Yes.
Ukiwa Poly.
Yes. Nikiwa primary school.
Ukiwa primary school.
Primary school, yeah. And then also.
Na wewe sahi muko tu hapo, kazi yenu ni kula neno. Hey, KDF. Mtu wangu soma transformer.
Yeah, and again, when I was growing up, when other kids, when other kids wanted money to go buy sweets, I usually used my money to buy batteries and wires. So like, always technology came first. Yeah.
All right. So how long does it take to prepare? Like I see I guess they're putting final touches. Somebody will also ask in terms of, just coordinating. I saw you doing some last minute tests. So what normally would be like the pre-checks before it goes?
So there are several things. One, we have to check the power, make sure the power is okay. We have to check the flight controller, make sure it is okay. We have to check the communication system. We have to check the motors. The propellers have to be tight. All the cables have to be all of the cables have to be tight, and then we can be able to fly this. And then it has 3 modes of flying it. One, you can set like a path whereby it can be able to take off and land wherever you want it to be automatically, or you can pilot it when you're inside using the joystick. Or
there's a joystick there.
Yes. So this is very simple. This is forward, back, left, right. Then this is like if you want to pitch and yaw, yeah. And then this is up, down. Yeah, and then the third mode, you can fly it remotely. Yeah, so if you don't want to touch to control it from inside, you can be able to use a remote control to be able to control it. And then you see that this is part of the team. This guy is called Baraka. Is an aeronautical engineer. So we all of us have actually the same passion with technology. Most of them, they love technology. And Mwangi is an electronic engineer. These 2 guys, they also electronics engineers. So I'll give you a brief about these 2 guys.
Right.
We started this project, and they saw what we were doing online. They liked what they did. These guys, they flew all the way from India to come and give us support. Yeah. So they came last week, and they've learned a lot from us. We've also learned a lot from them. And one thing I'll tell the youth: if you're really passionate about something, you should go for it. Good people will come and support you. Yeah.
So you go out and do what you have to do. So now we have to try and see as you're doing the final touches. So after you do the last checkups and rounds. So who will be? What are we going to see today? Nani atajiweka pale ya pade?
First thing what we'll do, once we've checked everything, I think we are done. We'll carry it to like an open area. We connect power. Then we have to fly it on its own first. Make sure that everything is okay. Then after that, we move the next stage. Yeah.
Which is putting our producer Sheshimu to be there. Okay. So yes, she has volunteered.
We ready? We can.
Yes, we're ready. So, like we told you, the hashtag to use is Power Breakfast. It's all about innovation and creating, and like he said, a very interesting story there that many people can learn from, and many people coming to support through that. And what's going to happen now? Like I said, they're going to move it to a safe place away Pondi people and Pondi population thing, and then after that, it will fly on its own first, and then later on it can take some passengers. Maurice says that it can take up to 400 kgs, so that's about 4 people each around my weight can fit in there, but we shall wait and see how. It's quite heavy, as you can see. Look at that, watu wanaume wengi sana wanaibeba, ni mzito sana kama bags za pesa za NYS, mzito sana, na inaendelea kubebwa pole pole tunapozidi as we go to a safer place right now. And it's quite interesting. You see all these people coming together to support the cause. He said those 2 gentlemen came all the way from India just to support, just to go to show you that ukianza kitu, you never know who will be watching and what can happen. And that's what innovation is all about. And that's why we air some of these stories to encourage you who is sitting there wondering. And I know everybody's asking, hiki tutafly kweli? Ni kwa sababu vitu tumeona kwa TV, unaona kama maybe it will not fly, but we are here for that and we shall see. Hiyo sasa wana test wind, si uchawi ni wind tu, si uchawi ni wind tu, and he's going to be telling us more about that. And it'll also be interesting to find out how people are boarding. Yeah, how do people board, or are you boarding? Let's just go closer a little bit second. So more is like, where do people miguna from?
Okay, now actually this is still a prototype, and we actually, it's not ready for the public to be able to test in terms of like man flights, and the reason why it's still open because it's
the wires and
easier for us in case of anything. We can quickly troubleshoot. But then we from this week we are working on a newer version which will have like a complete carbon fiber body. You won't see all these electronics. It will have like a nice interior, doors you just open, go inside, there's a nice a screen, you can charge your phone. Yeah, so that's where we are heading to, but right now unajipanga tu hapo hapo.
Manake kuna cables pale na kuna reasons zinaitwa live.
We'll connect the power now. Yeah, so please let's move back a little bit.
No, ni sawa, tuta move too. Yeah man, fire burn them. Basi mtazamaji, muziki unayosikia ni muziki wa kisasa wa Flying Taxi, inatoka kwa na Morris Mbetsa. Mbetsa rather, putting it together.
Mbetsa ni pesa.
Oh, ate?
Mbetsa ni pesa. Sasa sina, lakini
wewe ni rafiki yangu sana na tutazidi kwa sababu ya jina by association. Pesa tutapata.
Yes. You need to stay away from.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I've been told to stay away from the propellers. Especially kama sina kitambi. Hiyo ni mzuri akwa na mic amesema vile napoteza kitambi. So the hashtag to use by there again is Power Breakfast. Tell us your views and comments. We're going to see if we can sample some of them. But that's how it looks like right now. They're preparing to see if it can fly on its own, carry its own weight, and then after that we'll see if we can board. And when I say we, I don't necessarily mean me, but somebody will board, and it will not be myself or Miguna, but there'll be somebody there boarding this flight up down. All right, here we go, ladies and ghetto people. There it is. Fly path ready. As you can see there, it can fly very well on its own. Morris and Mbetsa there giving it direction. It is a flying taxi, ladies and gentlemen. Mambo mufti, mambo shwari. Na kama mzazi angesema mambo mseto. Shwadeo. Now, can you imagine yourself on there as well? Powerful motors. And it's coming in for landing. Asanteni sana mabibi na mabwana, asante sana, karibu kwenye jukwaa la Isinya. Ndege aina ya flying taxi imeweza kuland. Kwa safety yako tunaomba kama ubaki kama umeketi hadi mlango za girene zimefunguliwa tayari. So what is your assessment of what happened?
Yeah, everything is okay. Yeah, everything is so after every flight, so what we do, copy the temperature.
Temperature gauge is
There's a temperature.
First thing, we need to check the wires, see if any wire is heating up. Yeah, and then after that we have to check the temperature of the motor. So we have a tool that helps us to be able to measure exact temperature of the motors, and then yeah, if everything is okay, we can be able to fly.
We can put human being.
Yeah.
If everything is okay, we can put the human being. So what about the control? Is that just a normal control for the?
Yes, but it's a profession. It's a professional controller. Yeah. Yeah. So we have a receiver here which communicates to this. And so as I had mentioned before, you can be able to use a normal remote. Actually, it's not. It's a professional for flying. Yeah. And then you can control it from inside, or you can use a computer, program your path, and be able to. Yeah. So this is what we use to check the temperatures, and then we record everything. So this will tell us if, let's say, a wire is thin, we need to change the wires, or the motor is overheating. Yeah. And then so we record everything, analyze, and then move forward. Yeah.
So it is quite the elaborate, quite the elaborate process there, as they are checking it out. So it looks like the temperature iko sawa. So next,
part of the team, we also have we've been working also with pilots. So si kitu jua kali hivyo. Yeah. So we've involved professionals to be able to make sure that everything is safe. Yeah. 90?
97.4. So 97.4 is the power. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we do one more. Okay, let's do one more.
One more for without passenger. So I guess we get ready to see what happens next. So we shall move behind and monitor what's going to happen, and that's what's going to continue to inform our discourse. Very interesting times we're living in. For the very first time, we shall be able to witness flying taxi. So there you go. Mabibi na mabwana, karibuni kwenye flying taxi inayopepea juu na destination tutaamua baadaye. So there it is. Doing good so far. All right, well, here we go. Sorry about that. As you can see behind me, it is flying rightly safely above my head. I am putting everything here on the line. You know I'm family man, but we are focusing innovation things. As you can see, it's doing well. It's quite some distance above, trying to come towards me. Gotta be careful now. But there it is, it's landing now. After another successful test. Like they said, they're going to try to test it ijaribu peke yake kisha tuone And once again, mabibi na mabwana, karibuni kwenye jukwaa la ndege la Isinya, na wacha tuone sasa vile mambo ilienda. And finally, after this, hoping that we shall see a human being boarding. So Morris is just checking the temperature again.
Motors are good. 4 volts. 93.5. Efficiency is 98%.
Yeah, so things are good. So this second one was okay?
Yeah. Perfect. Everything is perfect. Yeah. I guess it's time.
That's right. It's time, he says, to see how everything goes.
So this is 93 volts. So you have to measure back the voltage so that you know what amount of voltage you have used and the current available voltage. So it has dropped from 98 volts to 93 volts. So we have consumed 5 volts. Every flight, every test, you have to confirm the voltage for you to be sure about the batteries. Yeah.
But with this, it's still okay though.
It's still okay. It's supposed to drop down to 60 volts, but we are 33 more volts ahead. Yeah.
All right, so we're still within the limit. So we're going to see where Mbetsa is going to take us next to see what's going to happen. Probably he's arranging to see kama enda atakuwa hapo boarding. If not, Mike, who is the cameraman, has also volunteered his skills. However, Mike has now nominated Morris. Here we go. He's sitting on the equipment. All right, let's Morris ako nyuma. Morris, how are you feeling?
Good.
You ready?
Yes.
All right, he's ready.
How many seconds do you need?
Just whatever works for you.
So, Willis,
Yes.
utakuwa mbele atakuwa nyuma yako useme lift. So utakuwa umeshika hivi useme lift alafu ndio atake shoot kama ana lift. Ainuke kutoka nyuma yako.
So how far am I supposed to be? Just slightly. Mbele ama nyuma? Where am I supposed to be?
You wanna focus from this side.
On this side, all right. So here we are. Morris and the team are ready. We're about to see it. Turudi na nyuma kidogo. Like I said, initially this was supposed to be a flight that was going to be taken by Mike. Here's Morris now, ladies and gents. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Morris has done it. Morris is off the ground, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there you go. Success, success, success. It's all good. Here comes, so if Morris can actually fit in there and come through this side.
It's experience like no other, yeah? And
It's like being on a lift but without a building.
no, it's not even a lift. It's like you having wings. Yeah. It's very, very nice. I wish, guys, you should come and try.
Guys, you should come and try Sheshi. We shall see. So what does it look like right now?
Okay, so we are again checking the temperatures, and the temperatures look fine. Everything is fine. So far so good. Yeah.
So you see now the voltage was 93 earlier, but now you see it's 92. We have just only consumed 1 volt with this weight on top, and it's around 50 something kgs.
That's what I was going to ask. So you're 50 something kgs.
52.
52. All right, 52 1 volt. That's good.
That's 98.5 efficiency this time. Very good.
Yeah.
So things are looking good. So Maurice, what do you intend to achieve, like with all this?
Okay, so as I said, it's several things. One, I want to prove people wrong that in Africa we have brains. In Africa, it's not about wars, it's not about diseases, it's not about corruption. We also have brains that can be able to take our country to the next level. And another thing is, we as we've said, the whole world is working towards introducing flying taxis. And I think Africa is the continent where we have a lot of bad roads. Many places are inaccessible. And then again, for example, a place where we have floods. Like recently in Kenya, we had issue with floods. Hiring helicopters is very expensive. So such technology is going to help in so many areas. One, search and rescue, transportation where it's not accessible. And then the end goal is flying taxi, whereby we can bring now flying to the masses. Because now, if you tell somebody that let's say you're flying to Mombasa, you have to be in a certain class for you to be able to fly. But we really want now to bring that down to mwananchi, like mtu wa kawaida. You can be able to just take your phone, request like the way you're requesting Uber or taxi for little cabs. You can be able to request the flying taxi services and go wherever you want to go. Yeah.
And if somebody would want to maybe get in touch with you, how could they do? You or Mbetsa group?
Yes.
How could they do that?
Okay, actually, at this moment we require a lot of support, and we've so far we thank the Nairobi governor as he came through to be able to support us, and we're really looking for more people to partner with us so that we can be able to make this technology be a reality. Actually, in Dubai now they're in the process of introducing flying taxis, but we are 100% sure that if we get the right support, Kenya is going to be the first country to do flying taxis. And we have a very a plan where how we want to introduce this. First, we want to introduce for recreation purposes. For example, in Uhuru Park, you go to Uhuru Park during weekends. You can hop in one, fly around the city, enjoy Nairobi from above, and then from that we introduce them to like search and rescue, Red Cross, and really so many other applications. Again, the media, we really need a lot of support from the media. Isikue mtu ukisikia mwanamke amekata bwanake sehemu ya siri ndio mnatangaza, lakini kitu kama hii
lakini hiyo pia ni muhimu. Sehemu ya siri si mchezo nani. But it's okay.
Yeah, so we need you, the media people, to really highlight this story and tell the world what Africa is doing in terms of technology. Yeah.
All right. Well, we wish you all the best, and of course, if any of you want to reach out, you can always reach out to us, and we'll see exactly what to do. And speaking of which, in July 16th or thereabouts, Barack or Barry, Barack Obama will be coming to Kenya. But you've met him before, right?
Yes, I met Obama in the US. I was invited in the White House. And hopefully when he comes this time, I'll also meet him again and maybe be able to showcase what Kenya has developed. Yeah.
A handshake.
Kabisa.
All right. So I'd like to say thank you so much for watching Power Breakfast. Thank you as well, and all the best in everything that you're doing. Thank you for watching Power Breakfast. Of course, coming up next, Citizen Extra. And of course, we'll take it away from there. But thank you for all of your tweets. Hashtag Power Breakfast. Tuonane kesho Tuesday. Tutakuwa pale kwenye Man Cave. Manchester United is still the greatest team in the world, and successful people look like you and Maurice. Mbetsa.